Lost in the Lakes, and today we're on the west coast and we're going up Sale Fell from the back way. So the common route up this hill here is up from the main road, off the main road, and then there's a B road, and you park near a church, Withup Church I think it is. But you can actually, if you go on a little bit further down here, I'll put a little point where you can park, and it's usually a little bit quieter. Now these hills are sort of quite dedicated to local, you know, there's a lot of people from like Cockermouth area, which is like a stone's throw really. It's about say 6 miles, 5 miles, 6 miles, something like that. So this is the kind of first Lake District fell. Well, you've got Ling Fell, which is just there. That's the first one, and then there's this one as well, but this one's got a bit more feature to it. So a lot more people go up Sale Fell than Ling. Ling's pretty quiet. I've actually camped on the top of Ling Fell before, and I've also camped on top of Sale Fell before. I'm actually down the front. Here's one. We've got phone signal. Yeah. So you get a good phone signal on the top, but not down this back here. When we used to come up here as kids, we used to call this Hidden Valley. You could come up over the top here, and it kind of opens out. It's quite a nice little picturesque place. Got a bit of a different setup. Got the lighter pack, got a lighter tent, and everything's just a little bit lighter. Sleeping bag. I'm trying this out because I've brought my down pants and jacket with me, and I've got a lightweight, not down, a lightweight synthetic Primaloft Gold sleeping bag. Now last time I tried that, it was in the middle of summer, but I was on the top of where was I at? Well, I was quite high up anyway. I think that was Longscale Fell, I think, and I in fact had the same tent. So I've got my Terra Nova out. Last time I had this was in horrible winds, and the zip blew on it, so it went to Alpkit for repair, and only cost me £20, which I think it would be that in postage if I was just sending it off to Terra Nova themselves. Because I bought this from the website outlet, there was no guarantee on it, the tent. So yeah, they said they would fix it for me, but Alpkit's down the road from where I live, so I just took it down there. It's just as easy. No postage. So yeah, still got quite dry weather. See all that bracken? That dead bracken's still quite dry. It hasn't rained for tell a lie, I think it rained for about 5 minutes a couple of days ago, but that's all we've had. In fact, I've got sunburn, and I haven't had sunburn in April, for at least 5 years. Yeah, it's still really dry, and there's still quite a lot of wildfires reported around the UK. Gas stove, no fires tonight. Just use a gas stove and keep it on my stand. That keeps it nice and sturdy. Yeah, so we're not trying out any new kit, just kit that I've had for ages that I've never used since last summer. In fact, since I've had the Hilleberg, I've only used this tent once. I don't think I've used my MSR at all. So I've brought this one. I was going to bring the MSR, but it's for when I was out and about, it was quite windy, so even though it's completely shaded here, it's still windy. Right, we're going up this path here, and I believe it's right next to a house here. Such a nice little place. I say little, it's quite a big house. Right, just past that, Got some very big dogs in that garden. Look quite fierce actually. Yeah, so we're just coming up the backside of Sale now. In fact, we're getting quite near the top already. It's quite a short walk, this one. Right, so I've come over to Sale Fell purely because it's a bank holiday, and I think anywhere around Borrowdale area is going to be rife, and I'm just staying away because the traffic's horrendous. So come out this way for a bit of a breather. Like I say, it's you can always find quiet mountains in the Lake District. There's so many that people don't go up. Obviously the Wainwrights have opened things up a bit to the outlying mountains. I'm not sure if this is one actually. Could well be, because it is. You do get some nice views actually. Looking straight out, I mean we can see the sea there already. So hopefully we'll get a nice sunset. I mean, clouds a bit on and off today. That's Harrett Hill over there. Broomfell, Lord's Seat. Looking over the back there, Longfell. And obviously Lingfell, just there. Just had a quick look at the OS map. Even though this is a recognised path here by the wall, there's another path just up there. But I'm this side of the wall anyway. I think that path cuts through the wall. I can see a gate up ahead. We want to be going off that way, so I'm going to follow the wall up a little bit further, and then you pick up a trail on the back side of Sale Fell, which takes you almost directly up. It's the path that came up, and this is the path you meet. But looking at it, it's quite, I don't think anyone uses it, unless it's, I can see something going up there. So maybe it's a little bit further because there's no gap through here, but there's a gap just there. Okay, again, there's a little summit there as well, but we're going to be on this side. There's quite a sizable cairn on that, but it looks like whoever put this up doesn't want people going through here, even though there is there's a path here coming to it, obviously the one I've taken, and there's another one here coming down, and then obviously the wall. But I don't know, maybe he's made it so you can, yeah, it's on a little tag here, so it's just a rudimental gate that the farmers knocked together. Seems to work, do the job. Like I say, bit of baling twine fixes everything. Path's starting to level off a bit now. Looking over to the right, you can just see the top of Skidder, and just poking in front of it you've got Ullock Pike as well. I don't know if the camera can pick it up that well because it's quite a distance away, but way over in the distance over there, that looks like, I'm not too sure actually. I'll have to get there. I think it is Helvellyn. That's Helvellyn there. You can just see Catsey Camp poking above the hill there. Obviously that'll be a bit clearer when we get up a bit higher. But yeah, Helvellyn. This wall here is massive stones just sticking up that they've used. They're huge. They must have weighed a ton. But obviously great for making a wall. If the wind was, you know, really bad, you could actually camp on either side of this wall. Ground's a bit rough here, but here, look how smooth it is here. But you know, if you want to get tucked in against that, I know they say last wall, but here this is all open land, so you know, the both sides of the wall is last wall to that fell and last wall to this fell. And you got a gate there, so we're going to be going straight up that way. As there's been a lot of wild camping in the press recently, I believe wild camping is on the up, and I'm on the bandwagon. Been wanting to do it for ages, but you know, only just started doing it. I say that I've been doing it quite a lot now, but well, I've had a lot of camps in a very short space of time. and I think we're on about 45 now, so we're nearly up to a full year, full 52. But obviously I missed last weekend. I was away on holiday, and even though my wife said I should camp in the garden, I wouldn't know what to talk about. At least when I'm up here, I've got stuff around me. I'm not one of these that can, well, you might not think it, but I'm not one of these that can just stare into a camera and just talk for ages. There's a few YouTubers out there that can do that. I have to pre-think the stuff I'm thinking. I think we're not far off the top now. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Sale Fell's almost like got two summits. I think this one is the higher side, the quieter side as well, because over that side's the A66, and at night you can hear it, but you get well, I say flat, you get nice views over towards Binsey, and it is quite flat out that way. I was just looking at this grass here, thinking what I said about last week, when this stuff's wet, if you haven't got grippy shoes on, it is so slippy. You could slide on your butt all the way down here. In fact, it's slippy even when it's dry. You know, if you've got some waterproof pants, you're going for miles. This is the summit, and this is what I'm on about, looking over that way. Look at that. You can see right down the coast, and you get nice sunsets as well. But I'm gonna have a little wander around. Last time I camped over there, but I might go for a summit camp, I don't know. I mean, obviously not on here, but there's a place over here that might be quiet enough and still get some nice views, or I can go over that way. But the footpath does actually go, and no, there's a footpath that goes over to that one, but the main footpath kind of cuts between these two, and that's the way I'll be going down tomorrow. We'll just have a little look over here, see what I think about. I mean, it's nice and flat here, but the grass is a bit long, which I don't really mind. It's all right. Grass is really dry over here. Look at this, and that's not where someone's camped. That's just because it's dry and it is a bit rocky. Nice little ledge there actually, but I'm going to go over to this one and see what it's like. Still got a good few hours of sunlight, so we can mess around when we're on the top, and obviously take our time looking for a good pitch. That's the main summit over here, and this is almost like a viewing point really. The footpaths cut through down there, but probably the place to camp. I'll have a look a little bit further on here. I think this might be a footpath coming up here. I think when I camped last time, it was on the other side of that ledge there, because I was on the downslope looking towards the A66. But with the way the wind's going, I think I'm going to be looking almost directly towards the sun. It's wind coming from the north. That's why it's getting a little bit colder. But yeah, there's a nice little camp spot here. I'm going to go back over to the summit again now. I went back over to the summit, but because I'm looking this way, that hill bit's in the way. The wind's starting to pick up now a bit as well, so I'm going to start thinking of where I'm going to go. Probably back over there, although it's right on the footpath. It is the quiet footpath, I think. Right, so I just found a nice little spot here, looking out to the coast. So hopefully we get a nice sunset, eh? Right, so I'm going to put the tent here. Just got a whiff of what I thought was human fecal matter, but it turned out to be there's a muck spreader down the road there. So yeah, we can see right out up the Solway up here, and you see over to Scotland. Scotland's looking really clear as well. So I've just had to throw on a little windproof. This is the Patagonia Houdini. If anyone's seen one of them, just like a really sort of lightweight running jacket, but great to just throw in, and it just keeps the wind off. Right, let's get the tent up. I think I've left my tent pegs at home. Bollocks. Well, that was a fail, wasn't it? Oh, I was looking forward to this as well. Well, I can't, it's too late in the day to run home and get them and then get something else organised. With it being a bank holiday, I'm going to see if the wife will give me a ticket for going out tomorrow night. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to knock this one on the head. Well, that's it then. Bye-bye, Sale Fell. We'll be back. So I'm going to go off down the front here and just enjoy it as a walk, as if I'd come out just for a stroll up to Sale Fell and back down home and sleep in my own bed tonight. Quick phone call with the wife. I'm gonna have to do a midweek camp. Yeah, I don't think we'll be going up Sale Fell midweek. We'll do something a bit different, I think. Well, suppose if you look at them clouds behind me, it would have been a horrible night. It would have been, yeah, this sunset is just about to disappear and we wouldn't see any of it. So I'm going to go off the back way down here. The normal route is off to the right and down the front, what most people do. But I'm going to be, going off straight off that way there, and then there's like quite a steep footpath going back down again. To be fair, I was actually looking forward to this, not just to camp, but to get this tent back out again. It's the first time I've had it since that fateful night. Again, I wonder if this tent is cursed. Oh, last time I had it, I had to come home. Very similar time actually, it's 7:15, but obviously the weather's a lot nicer now. But yeah, don't have much to say. This is a bit ad-lib now because I'm not camping. Like I say, it's 7:15, it's too late now to decide to do anything different. So we're just gonna drop straight off the fell and go home. Hopefully I've got enough footage of me nattering on. And yeah, I was thinking, maybe putting rocks on it and stuff, but as you can see, there's not many rocks around, and the ones that are around are big things buried in the ground. So it's not really a place to do a camp without any pegs. I really thought I'd put them in there, but obviously not. So just coming back down this way here, Ling Fell just ahead of us, and just in the distance, I did get a photograph of it. You can see the peaks of Isle of Man. They seem quite close. Sometimes, I think last time I was up on Ling Fell there, camping, you could see Isle of Man, but not as clear as that. It's really clear. I'll see if it doesn't come out on camera, I'll put my photo up. And that's looking up over Grasmere there, Grasmoor. Yeah, you can see quite a lot now. Ullock Pike there, Skidder, Dodwood, Clough Head in the background. And yeah, just poking above is Blencathra. What a shame, look at them shadows. You see the shadows because the sun's getting low. And yeah, it looks lovely. This is why we call it Hidden Valley, because it's sort of tight down there and then it opens up all the way up here, and it's a nice little quiet area. And most of this is all farmland, and I think all that's quite boggy up there as well. We've all been there, I suppose. I'm usually quite good at being organised, but I've had quite a rush day today, so I've been quite busy doing gardening, getting that done, keeping the wife happy, and also changing my pack out, getting this tent sorted. Now I do mix the pegs that come with this tent with my Hilleberg ones as well, so I keep them separate, but I thought I'd put my MSR ones in, which were in a little small packet, but no, they're obviously hanging around somewhere in the house, or they've fallen out and they're in the van, or they've fallen, no, they can't have done. Part of me was thinking I should stop for sunset, but I haven't really geared up myself to hang around. You know, I'm geared up to to sit in a tent, but not to be sat on the top of a fell. And it's going to be a couple of hours that we'll get down while we've still got daylight and enjoy the rest of the day, what we've got left. But it's still nice to come up out in the mountains, isn't it? Whether it's a failed attempt to camp, but you're still getting a walk out. You know, some people don't even get to get up here, you know, enjoy a lovely time up in the mountains. I am going to try and get like a midweek, you know, try and double up on these videos. So I've got a guide that I've done last week and it's gone up. So all my timings are a bit messed up. We've been on holiday last week, and although I got a video, it wasn't a wild camping video, it was just a guide up Cat Bells, but it was just something different. Right, I'm just looking at where I should be going, and it's quite steep, this path here, but obviously I need to get down, right down there. And it's one place I've never been on here. Always gone up from the other side, so I thought it'd be a little bit of an adventure, but I was planning on coming down here tomorrow, but obviously it's not the case, is it? Two sort of choices whether you can go along here and down that way or down this way, but I'm going to try and descend as much as possible, because when I seen this path that I'm going on coming down, I wish I'd gone up it actually, and down the less steeper part, I need to descend pretty sharpish down there, and then there's this path that goes almost straight down, sort of in line with the wall, parallel to the wall. Just looking up, you can see Embleton here. Fun fact, that fell there, let's have a look, that fell there is a golf course. So you've got a fell with a golf course on top of it. I bet it's nice to play golf up there if you enjoy playing golf. Golf isn't really my thing. My thing is this, what I'm doing. God, it's really steep down here. Burning the legs. I've got a big bike ride to do tomorrow as well. So even with just this lightweight jacket, it's a lot warmer, and I'm actually beginning to get a bit too hot. So it's amazing just a really sort of thin shell, what a shell can do. You know, when they say these like emergency bothies, sitting in one of them with just a bag, and you think, well, what's that going to do? And it's, you know, it's like putting an extra layer on. And obviously if there's two of you in there as well, it keeps it warm. This is going to get really steep now. I kind of wish I'd chose maybe back down the other side, but them dogs put me off. They quite vicious, barking it. Winnie bushes. So these, if you live on the west coast, these prickly bushes here, we call them Winnie bushes. I think they're gorse bushes, aren't they? God knows why they got the name Winnie bushes. Glad I put pants on as well. I was going to wear shorts. So just sort of going through in my head what happened, how I forgot them, and basically we had visitors round, and while I was doing all my stuff trying to organise it, just didn't think. Footpath here and a footpath there, so I think this is the one by the wall, and it goes straight down. This one cuts back on itself, and I think that, I'm not too sure, I'm going to check the map. Yeah, that one goes all the way back to the house, up the top of the valley there. I think it's called Kelswick. So we're going to take this one here. It goes by the wall and straight down. So as I was saying, I was packing up late and decided to change up my gear, and also decided to sort my gear out at the same time. So what happened was I forgot my tent pegs straight down here. So this is a slow but steep descent, and I wouldn't like to do this in the wet. In fact, even in the dry, it's can be a little bit slippy. But yeah, we're going down to the road just there. Yeah, this looks typical fell runner's trod, straight up the fell. As you can see how steep it is. Yeah, I think because it is so dry, it does make it quite slippy. Look at all these little foot placements, makes it really good, nice and easy. Always funny how these are made. How they're kept level like this and they don't wear away. Well, it does here. I'm going to have to go over to the side here. Alright, just come down that horrible descent. And it's starting to level off now. We're nearly to the road. Well, that's it. We're back to the car park. Little side car park here as well. And there's one further down as well. Right, okay, that's been Lost in the Lakes. And we'll see you in the next one.